this video, I will share with you how to make a set of 3 lockers, some shelves, bulletin boards, books, and classroom accessories. So let's start with the lockers. I found this Jumbo Nice Crispy box to work, and it works really well as the 3 lockers in a row compares to the size of the locker from American Girl doll brand. So all I have to do is to cover the box with foam board, then the size is perfect. And then I found this spray paint from Walmart, and the color is very close to the existing locker that I have. First, I start out by tracing around the locker 3 times on a sheet of foam board. Then I make all the cutouts so we have a top piece, 2 side pieces, the base, and the front. I will list all the measurements under the description box below. I also label each pieces on the wrong side just to avoid confusion. So after making all the cutout pieces of the door, I will reduce the door size to be a little bit smaller, maybe like 1/16 of an inch. I also make a shallow cut, very shallow, just to make it like a seam between the lockers. Next, I use a front frame to trace out the front of the box and to cut out the opening pieces. I've also cut out 2 locker dividers and 3 shelving pieces, and the measurements to be listed under the description box as well. On a well-ventilated area, I spread out all of the exterior pieces and spray paint them. So in this case, I only spray paint 1 coat because it takes so long. It takes like 2 hours to 24 hours to dry. And then while waiting for all the pieces to dry, I work on the interior of the locker. So I prepare all of the interior pieces of the locker and cover them with contact paper. This contact paper is very cool, but it's very thin and it's very hard to work with. So you can use scrapbook paper as well. And again, the pattern is optional. Just use whatever you like. Then I use hot glue to glue the divider in as well as the shelves. I got these self-adhesive hooks from the dollar store, like 12 for $1, but I use hot glue to glue them on. Next are the little knickknacks that we have to add on to our locker door. First, it's a handle. I made a cutout foam piece with the size of 1/2 of an inch by 1/2 of an inch. And then the shape could be whatever shape that you like. So I made a slight cut and I cover it with contact paper. I use a straw to make the hinges to look like an AG doll locker. For each hinge, I cut out 2 pieces of straw and 1 piece of the Q-tip stick. So first I add hot glue into the end of 1 straw and then insert the Q-tip stick in and let it dry. Then I add a middle piece of the straw in, and this piece has to be loose. Last but not least, I add hot glue onto the last piece of the straw and insert the other end of the Q-tip stick in and let it dry. The locker vent pieces are the black cutouts of the foam paper strips. So on the locker door, I pre-draw the vent lines, and the first vent is about 3/4 of an inch from the top edge and bottom edge, and they're like 1/2 of an inch away from each other and 1/2 of an inch away from the side edges. I've also used the silver paper to cut out the door number sign. And I use hot glue to attach a handle. To attach the hinge, I add a strip of hot glue onto the top and bottom straw piece and glued it onto the side of the frame and let the glue dry. And then I add a hot glue strip onto the middle straw piece and glued it onto the door side and let it dry. So let's just try to open and close it to see how it works. The better and easier option is to use a pre-made hinges, and these are something that I found from home, but then you can get them from the dollar store for a package of 8 pieces for $1. And these hinges work way better than the straw. The straw is just an imitation of the American Girl's doll locker. So next, I just add hot glue to cover the box with all of the painted cardboard pieces and attach all the pieces together. So this is how our lockers turn out. If I do one more coat of the spray paint, I'm sure the color is going to match, like a 99% match. These 2 wooden boxes are the leftover from the bakery setup, and they're the outside boxes, so I spray painted them, and I add foam board shelves to make them into shelvings and use hot glue to put them all together, and they're great to be used as display cabinets. I plan to add various boards all around the classroom wall, and I want to design it in a way that all the boards to be consistent in terms of color, size, and design. So I've used this 1/4 inch grosgrain ribbon in this beautiful color that I already have from home, along with this trim as well. I'm so glad I found it from home, and the color combination is great. So all I have to do is use hot glue, glue it all around the edge to cover the edge and around the border and decorate them. So I've used all the available stickers that are from home, different images, and add all the images according to the theme of each board. So I'll make a board for like a science corner, a math corner, a reading area, or an art area. So as you can see, I have a science and math. This is just like an inspiration. I've also decorated the Canada map as well, using the same trim, and around the whiteboard, as well as the blackboard. We don't use this lemonade flag banner often, so I'm going to use it for the welcome banner. So all I have to do is to add hot glue and glue our ribbon along it, and use sticky letters and just add the letters on, and it becomes the welcome banner. Last DIY of this video is just the DIY books. I'm doing it the lazy way, and this is just for display purpose only. And I just want to fill up the shelves with all these books. So I cut out rectangle pieces of the foam board and squares of scrapbook paper in various patterns. So all I have to do is to fold both ends of the scrapbook paper to fit the height of the foam board piece. Make 2 crease lines and just use hot glue and glue it all around, and you have a book. So I made a ton of them, and then you can leave them separately, or in my case, I'm going to attach them together and group them together to fit my shelf. So let's take a look at all the DIYs that we did in this video. I hope you find them helpful, and I can't wait for the setup video of our school classroom. So once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. For the new people, please press the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, leave your comments below, and I will see you very soon, like in a few hours. See ya!